In this short video, we will review the components of a lenticular housing, the components of a lenticular cartridge, the steps to set up a filtration, and filtration operation and shutdown. This model is a 12-inch Select 2 high lenticular housing that holds up to 2 lenticular cellu-stack cartridges. 16-inch diameter housing configurations are also available. The housing dome has a bleed valve and a pressure gauge attachment to measure inlet pressure. Some models offer split domes or domes with lift lugs for easier removal. The housing base sits on 4 legs with swing bolt closures. Verify that the orange O-ring on the base is in place so the dome seals properly during operation. Confirm the center post is properly secured. Some models may have removable center posts. A diverter plate is used to divert the inlet flow of liquid to avoid damaging the cartridge. Some models may come with supporting top plates. An adapter is used to take the place of a lenticular cartridge when the filtration does not require the use of all cartridge spaces. They are available in various sizes. A one-way check valve for the outlet is recommended to prevent back pressure that may damage the cartridge. A second pressure gauge at the outlet is recommended to monitor differential pressure. Check all valves, pressure gauges, and O-rings to make sure connections are secured. Check pumps and pump connections. A centrifugal pump is preferred since they do not cause hammering. Lenticular cartridges come in both 12 and 16-inch diameter configurations to fit 12 or 16-inch diameter housings. The cellu-stack cartridge has a gasket at the top and bottom ends, stainless steel straps in the middle that hold the cells in place, edge separators around each cell, and internal flow separators between the filter media. Each of the discs seen is called a cell. This 12-inch cartridge has a total of 16 cells. Each of the cells on this cartridge contains approximately 1.1 square feet of filtration area. A total of 17.7 square feet of effective filtration area is available on this cartridge. Before removing the cellu-stack cartridge from the packaging, make note of the filter media grade and lot number for internal record keeping. Inspect the cartridge for damage and make sure both the bottom and top gaskets are in place. This 12-inch cartridge contains Gusmer's 1745 grade media for polished filtration applications. The recommended filtration flow rate for each grade can be found on the manufacturer's product data sheet. For the 1745 grade, the recommended flow rate is 8 to 24 gallons per hour per square foot. The terminating or maximum differential pressure for the filter media is also found on the product data sheet. The maximum differential pressure indicates when the life of the filter media is exhausted. For the 1745 grade, a maximum differential pressure of 45 psi or 3 bar is given. Place the diverter plate over the center post and rest on the base. Load the cellu-stack cartridge onto the center post. For this demo, an adapter will be used to take the place of a cartridge. Check that the gaskets are in place. Position the follower tube and filter nut assembly to make contact with the top of the cartridge and tighten 1 full rotation per cartridge and per adapter if used. Without shifting the base O-ring, carefully place the dome onto the base while aligning the swing bolt box. Tighten the swing bolts in a crisscross pattern. It is recommended that the cartridges be flushed with water or a 0.25% citric acid solution prior to use. Flush in the forward direction using 1.2 gallons per square foot. For one 12-inch 16-cell cartridge, that would be 1.2 gallons per square foot times 17.7 square feet per cartridge for 21 gallons at 1.25 times the application flow rate. Push any remaining water out with the product to be filtered, or drain the water and fill the housing with the product. If water cannot be used, the liquid to be filtered can be circulated through the cartridges in a forward direction at 1.25 times the flow rate for 5 minutes back to the product tank. If sanitation is required, the housings can be sanitized through several options. Sanitize by flushing with hot water at 180 degrees Fahrenheit in the forward direction with all valves open. Allow the water to trickle out for 30 minutes. Start the time when the outlet comes to temperature. For steam or chemical sanitization, please refer to the manufacturer for guidelines. Close the housing outlet valve and open the bleed valve before filling the housing. Make sure the valve from the wine tank and the housing inlet valve are open. Start the pump. As the housing gets filled with liquid, air will be displaced out through the bleed valve. The housing is full when liquid gets pushed out through the bleed valve. To start the filtration, close the bleed valve and immediately open the outlet valve to allow the filtered liquid to flow out. Filter at the recommended flow rates in the forward direction. Back flushing is not recommended. This is a false economy and brings additional risk of cartridge damage. As the liquid is being filtered through the media, it's important to monitor the pressure to prevent damage to the filter media and to get the best life and efficiency from the filtration. When the filtration nears the end, the pressure increases exponentially. The rise in pressure happens as the filter media gets plugged. Once the max differential pressure is reached, the media is spent. To stop the filtration, close the outlet valve or use a one-way check valve. Turn off the pump. Blow down the housing from the top of the dome with a clean inert gas such as nitrogen in a forward direction. This step is not shown here. Close the inlet valve. Vent the housing by opening the bleed valve. Drain any residual product left in the housing. Open dome by loosening the swing bolt. Carefully remove the dome. Loosen and remove the filter nut assembly by unscrewing it from the center post. Remove the spent cartridges carefully. These can get heavy due to the amount of liquid retained in the cartridges. If the filter media still has life to it, the cartridges can be stored for later use. To store the cartridges in between use, sanitize the housing with cartridges in place. Do not remove the cartridges from the housing. For short-term storage of about 2 days, 1. Rinse with ambient water in forward direction at low flow rate. 2. Sanitize. 3. Pressurize the housing with 2 psi of clean inert gas. For long-term storage, up to several weeks, 1. Rinse with ambient water in forward direction at low flow rate. 2. Sanitize. 3. Fill housing with solution of acidified SO2. This is 350 parts per million of SO2 acidified to a pH of 3.5 with citric acid. 4. SO2 can be hard on housings over a time, and it's not recommended to store for more than a few weeks. Thank you for your time and attention. For more information, go to gusmerenterprises.com. Click on the Find a Rep on the main menu bar and then choose the industry you're interested in and enter your city and state. The technical sales representative in your region will then be selected. Gusmer Enterprises, service with knowledge since 1924.